Hello everybody and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to be making a beautiful garland centerpiece using, of course, Sola wood flowers. We're going to dye our flowers a few different colors here. These colors are also featured in our Amarillo Sky dyed assortment. So we have our frosted mulberry, a peach, the raspberry, beautiful color combination here. Let's go ahead and get ready to dye our flowers. Of course, we're going to be using our Sola wood flower softener. That just helps the flowers be a little more soft and pliable so they don't get hard or crunchy from the dye. Take a cereal bowl, add a little bit of water to it. Go ahead and add in your Sola Softener. And then you are just going to add the dye color of your choice. You can do this with any of the colors that you would like. We have over 50 dye options available on our website, and we are going to start with this pretty peachy pink color. Make sure you mix it up really well. The dye tends to sink to the bottom. We are going to be using a toothpick in this video just to keep our hands clean a little bit. You can do it with your hands, you can do it with gloves, however you would like. When you dip the flower, just make sure to coat it really well. You want to get between all of the petals and make sure the flower is covered really well with that dye so you're not looking splotchy with your color and it's all evenly spread out. Shake off any excess dye mixture and then set it aside to dry. Here you can see we're just going to go ahead and use our hands right in there. It washes off pretty easily. Again, make sure you shake off any excess dye or else your flowers will take a lot longer to dry. So just kind of let it drip, get any of that excess off, shake it off a little bit, and then set it aside to dry. You may want to consider dyeing a few test flowers before you start dyeing all of your flowers for whatever arrangement you're working on. This will just help to make sure that you are happy with the color. If you add more dye and less water, you'll have a more vibrant color. If you add more water and less dye, you'll get a more subtle, soft color. So you might want to play around, test it out a little bit before you go crazy dyeing all of your flowers. In this arrangement, we are going to be using a variety of flowers. We have some dahlias, we've got a few of our betties, carnations, just a variety. You can go ahead and pick your favorites. You can use pre-dyed flowers if you want from our dyed assortments. But these are the flowers that we're going with today. Just a nice variety to, add texture and depth and a realistic look to our arrangement. Now that you have all of your flowers dyed and allowed them plenty of time to dry, we are ready to get started with our arrangement. Now we're ready to stem our flowers. We just have a wire stem. We add a little bit of hot glue and poke it into the back of the flower. You want to make sure that you get the stem in there far enough that the flower's not just going to pop off when you're making your arrangement, but not so far that it pokes through the other side, ruining the look of the front facing side of the flower. We just add a little glue to the end of that stem there, stick it in, and then we're good to go. Now that all of our flowers have been stemmed, we are ready to get into our greenery and filler. Here we have a few different types of eucalyptus. We've got some willow eucalyptus, we've got some boxwood greenery, We have our silver dollar eucalyptus, spiral eucalyptus, leather leaf. You can use whatever fillers you would like. These are just ones that we found work well for us and are going to work with the color scheme that we have going as well. We're just going to start by gathering a few pieces of our eucalyptus here, and then we are going to tape it together with a bit of floral tape. You want to make sure that's nice and tight so it holds the shape that you're going for. We have our filler a little bit fanned out. It's not too crazy, but it is spread out just a little bit. Now we're going to switch over to some of our silver dollar eucalyptus. This is our beautiful autumn and burgundy colors. Lay those out and arrange them however you would like, and then make sure they're taped to the rest of the filler. Now on to our willow eucalyptus. The seeded willow eucalyptus is amazing. It has these beautiful elongated leaves with the little seed pieces on it. Now we're ready to start adding some flowers. So we're going to attach our first flower here, and we're going to put it right over top of that tape just to kind of hide that. All we did was just take the wire stem that the flower is attached to and wrap it around to a sturdy part of the filler. You want to make sure it's a nice strong part of the filler and not like a very leafy wispy end that might just pop off. So make sure that you're getting a good part of the filler that's nice and sturdy, has a thick base, and then just go ahead and stick the flower to it. Stick the flower to it. Wrap that wire stem around nice and tight so it stays right in place, right onto that greenery. You can add as many or as few flowers as you would like just to complete whatever look you're going for. We have a variety of different flower types, as well as different colors going into this. We've got some of our purples, a little bit of our raspberry color, some peaches and peachy pinks. The flower types that we see here, we have a lotus, some carnations, some dahlias, just a wide variety. Now that all your flowers are added, you have the first piece to your garland table centerpiece done. Now we are just going to go ahead and repeat that process however many times you would like. You just want to make sure you have enough to cover the length of the table that you're working with. We've got our eucalyptus fillers. I'll add it in here, taping them up nice and tightly. And then we're going to go ahead and add our flowers back in. Again, using our first flower to cover that tape that we attached all the fillers with. If you have like a big chunk of tape, a pretty wide piece of tape on there, you're going to want to make sure you use a larger flower. It'll just help hide that green tape just a little bit better. Feel free to move your filler around, adjust your flowers, really play with the shape to get it looking exactly how you would like it. So we have repeated this process now 3 times to complete our garland centerpiece. We have 3 separate bunches of our flowers and filler. We have them arranged the way we would like them. The flowers are all attached. The filler is also here. We are ready to put this baby in action. Now this is the fun and easy part. You are going to arrange those 3 pieces that you just created onto your table. We just lay ours and overlap them slightly, make any adjustments that you feel are necessary, and you can even add any additional filler. Here you can see we are adding little bits of our leather leaf. We're also going to add in some pops of our boxwood greenery. This is our Japanese boxwood greenery, just to give it that little extra green pop that we're looking for. Thank you so much for joining us on this tutorial today. We hope you find this helpful, and we cannot wait to see what you guys are able to come up with. Have a great day.